Hi, welcome to Gin Fun at winemastery.co.uk. My name's John Lightfoot. This is
John Murphy.
And we've got a fantastic episode coming up. A very special, very different gin. See you in a second.
See you then.
So, voila, the special gin I refer to. Now, this is, it's a very special bottle. I mean, it'll be coming up in large scale on John's right, your left. This is Stinging Nettle and Honey Gin from the Black Lodge distillery. And it's called a Potions, Black Lodge Potions. They do three, and hopefully we'll get to taste the other two. So we'll be doing it on a separate episode on the other two. But this is, Gary and Tony have set up this distillery. They first started last year in 2019, thinking about maybe doing something, and it's taken them a whole year to get around. They research the market, look for what they believe to be a hole in the market. They funny enough, they seem to like drinking.
I like it already.
So they like festivals, music, and so they would, they noticed how much, how popular gin had got, and they were just looking for their own sort of little niche in it. So they've come up with this, and as I say, the first one we're tasting is Stinging Nettle and Honey. Now they've gone for this very sort of mystical, if you go on their website, it's got sort of candles flickering and stuff. It's very sort of mystical sort of, and each bottle has its own little story on, and this one here is about, it says, it's about, I can't remember. Bella, that's right, thank you. I've lost it. There it is, potion. Bella's Witch Brew, and it's got a little poem there. And if you look on Wikipedia, you can find out all about that. And the links will be down below. So, the first thing to say when we've poured it is the colour, huh?
Yes, it's a very vibrant colour, isn't it? And it says stinging nettles and honey, so I think I'm going to go ahead and say it's a very honey colour.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess, honey. It's almost golden as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued and interested with this because I want to know where you'd come up with those flavours.
Yeah.
Stinging nettle and honey. It just doesn't come together. It sounds really interesting, but well, let's have a sniff.
Yeah. Well, that just smells like gin, doesn't it? I mean,
it does,
it just smells like gin. I was expecting there to be a lot of honey in the nettle. I was expecting a different, because of the colour as well. I wasn't expecting it to smell so much like a normal London gin. Yeah,
if you didn't see the colour in your eyes closed, you would just think that as an order gin. So let's have a little go on the old palate.
It is different. First off, I'm getting gin. First time, well, that tastes like gin. Then I'm getting the sweetness, which I'm guessing is coming from. No, it's sweet. It's not sort of sickly anyway. It's that sort of sweet edge. I'm not quite sure. I'm actually getting. I'm not sure what nettle tastes like. So stinging nettle tastes or smells like. So I'm not sure I'm getting any of that. But what I am getting, I'm getting stinging on the inside. Stinging, it's not burning, just a sort of nice little prickly feeling on the inside of my mouth. And the other thing is that the taste is hanging on in there.
It tastes high.
And as it's developing in my mouth, it reminds me a little bit, actually. I can imagine if someone gave me this, and this taste I've got in my mouth at the moment, and they told me it was like a malt, not a sort of peaty malt, but a sort of,
I get what you mean, that kind of lowland introduction into the malts, and that, I know what you mean, I understand with it. This stinging almost, it nibbles away at your tongue and your cheeks and your gums, but it's not burning. It's not like the alcohol burn, which you can get. And this is 40%, isn't it? We're on 40%.
Yeah.
Okay. As you said there, I'm not sure about the stinging nettles, but then again, I don't think I've chewed a stinging nettle.
Well, I wouldn't want to chew a stinging nettle, to be honest. No. I think that might be the wrong thing to do.
But as far as
it's got that little malty taste. I can just as it's rested in my mouth now.
I think that comes from right at the back of your tongue, in your throat, and that's where I'd get it. But it's as far as flavoured gins go, because I mean it's no secret that I'm a bit
purist.
Purist, I want my gin to taste like gin, but that is actually because it's not overly flavoured this way or that way. It's very subtle. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, I think this one. Yeah, I think you're right. I think in terms of subtle, I think that if you were just drinking that blindfolded, so to speak, you'd first of all recognise it as a gin, and then because you'd recognise it as a gin, I think your mind would just say this is a gin, and you wouldn't actually question it. But if someone said, "What is this?" I think I'd taste it and think, "Oh, it's a gin." Then I think, "Oh, is it? Is it malt? Is it?"
I know. Yeah, I think you're right. It could easily fool you. Could that one?
And I think also if you were just told it was a gin and you were doing it, but you would be your mind wouldn't actually get the subtleties of the honey. Your
No.
taste buds, you wouldn't be able to.
Well, I'm thinking to just hear when just letting the flavour develop a little bit there, and how. I think it has got a sweetness there, but it's very, very subtle. I wouldn't call it sweet, just not dry. It's not like an ordinary dry gin. If you know what I mean? It doesn't have that juniper in there. I don't know if that's because of the flavouring that's in there, but no, it comes across. It shows very well, does that?
It's a bit of an, I guess, a little bit like in terms of its sweetness, a little bit more like an Old Tom.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, not quite as dry, but. Yeah, it's not in any way sickly, is it? I'm just worried that people get the wrong idea. It's not sort of sweet.
No, it's not like liqueur style. It doesn't have any the sugary sweetness in there whatsoever. No, it's just it's just not dry.
No.
But it's hanging around as well, and I can taste most of it. I don't know if it's the gin, but just at the back there, that's where most of the flavour is forming.
I'm getting it here. Yeah.
Not too much actually on the tongue, and maybe a little tickly around there as well, but in a nice way.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, I understand from Tony that this is a lot of people are coming back saying they're just having it with tonic, either neat with ice as we've just drunk it, or with some tonic, some light tonic, or with Coke, and people are enjoying it all three ways. So what we'll do is we'll splash some tonic in here, and see what we think of it with tonic.
Sounds like a plan, John.
Sounds like a plan.
Gin.
Voila! So there we go. We've added the tonic.
There you are.
And obviously it's very much the same colour.
Yep.
Just a little bit lighter as one would expect because it's quite diluted.
Yep.
But see if it's changed the nose. I can just detect the tonic, but maybe that's because I know it's there, rather than actually really being able to detect it.
It just softens it up again. But that's expected, isn't it? You could put tonic in there, so. Still, just like gin.
Yeah.
It's still ginny.
Yeah.
Still ginny.
Still ginny, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't smell like a honey I'm not getting any of that on the nose.
No. Okay. Should have a little taste?
Let's have a little taste.
That has changed it.
It has. It's made it a much more refreshing, vibrant drink.
Yes. I think obviously we're toning down the alcohol slightly in there. Not that the alcohol's too much to begin with, but that has made it refreshing. But I think that the tonic has pulled out a little bit more of the honey in there. Okay. I'm pulling more honey from that now.
I see what you mean. Yeah. And whenever you say that, I'm just thinking of you sitting at the other end of the camera there, and you'll be thinking, "Oh, that sounds sort of like sweet," but it's not. It's just it's the taste of the honey without the sweetness.
Yeah.
Without this.
That's it. Again, we've not got that sugary, horrible, cloyy.
No.
Kind of stay around there, but just that kind of honey flavour.
That's delicious, though. Actually, that is very, very refreshing. I mean, it's just that you just, as you say, that honey is just there on the edge, but it's something that if someone gave that to me and just said gin and tonic, apart from the colour, which would make me say, well, this is a different one. And I was just, I was thirsty and it was a hot day and whatever. I was outside. I just think that's gin and tonic. It's a really lovely gin and tonic.
Yeah.
But if you stop to actually taste it, you can actually then detect it, can't you? Still.
Yeah. If you're looking for it, you'll find it in there. Yeah. And I tell you something, that's what, it's something I don't often say. Like, I'm preferring this with the tonic in.
Are you?
I think it's a nicer, for me. For me, it works better like that. It's just refreshing. Might be the mood I'm in right now.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I know what you mean. I really, really could see, on the summer's day, warm in the summer, really enjoying this with the tonic.
Have you got your boater hat on this time or no?
What are the hats, the trilbies? I have to think about a drink that I can have in the winter with a trilby on.
Really, I like a good trilby, you know.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know if Brighouse is ready for trilby wearing.
I've got one.
Have you?
Yeah, I might wear it once.
I don't know why I sounded surprised then, because of course you've got one.
I bought it in Locks in London, just off at Pall Mall.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, you know, I think I've worn a trilby in a show or two on stage, but no.
I was trying for the look. I was trying for the look of Harrison Ford, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And so the sound system was helping me choose one. He says this one, and I said, "Do you think I could do with the brim being slightly bigger, slightly wider?" And he said, "I think, sir, I'd look more like Quentin Crisp than he would."
At least he was honest with you. Actually, I don't know which a look I would prefer. I think I'd like to see the Quentin Crisp look. Yeah. Not very diplomatic, wasn't it?
So I need to say I went for the narrow.
No, of course, goes without saying, John, doesn't it?
Now that is very, very nice. Very nice indeed. And different. It is different.
It is. But it works.
Yeah.
That works, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, gentlemen.
Yeah, well done, Tony Gary. Well done, guys. Okay, well, they mentioned also Coke. Now, I almost think it's like sacrilege when it's a crafted gin to add Coke to the taste. But
It's something I've never thought about, but then if it goes, it goes, doesn't it?
yeah, so we'll give that a go, shall we?
Let us.
Let us. Gin. Voila, Coke added. Mm-hmm. And, well, you can't really say anything about the colour, can you? It's,
Not if you're adding Coca-Cola.
No, I think that's, pretty determined by the Coke.
Yep.
So, should we have a look at it on the... Well, look at it. Smell of it on the nose.
Have a go at nose, aye.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, now, just then I got gin. Sorry, when I first sniffed, I got Coke. And then after that, I got gin, and now I can't smell the Coke.
See, I'm getting them both together. I'm probably 50-50, and I think that's a... Yeah, on the nose, smelling wise, that is 50-50. I can smell Coca-Cola. I can still smell the gin in there as well. Mm-hmm. But there's not much else to it now.
No, and it reminds me a little bit of when you're sort of over in Spain or somewhere like that, and you're just having a Coke and a Spirit and a Coke. So it's just got that. And that's obviously the Coke aroma coming at you. So okay,
let's have a little go on the old taste buds.
Okay. Well, I'm getting both again. I'm getting the Coke, and my taste buds are sort of chasing one after the other. I'm getting the Coke, and now I'm getting the gin. Then mine's going back to the Coke. It's leaving a sweet taste in my mouth. Yeah. Not the same as before when it was neat or with the tonic, but it's yeah. I mean, I quite like it.
See, for me, I'm gonna have to tap out here because I'm not a massive fan of Coca-Cola at all. In fact, I can't remember the last time I tasted Coca-Cola. And for me, the Coca-Cola is masking the gin. I can taste it a little bit behind there. You can taste it, something coming through there, yeah. But I'm not a fan of Coca-Cola. In my opinion, I'd prefer the gin. For me, that Coca-Cola's ruined a good gin.
Well, I think I would concur in as much as, sort of Tony and Gary have done a lot of work to get the taste just right with the spirit. Yeah. And actually then to add Coke on is destroying that balance, really. Yeah. It's a nice drink, don't get me wrong, I have no objection and I could drink it, but I'd go for something, to be frank, that isn't craft and mix Coke with that, rather than,
ruin something like that, yeah. And that is, I mean, I'd say, we always say this, don't we, each to their own, it's all subjective, whatever you like kind of thing. So we'll put it down, personally for me, the Coca-Cola flavour has come through, and that has introduced a sugary kind of sweetness almost, which is not natural. I just liked the gin as it was. I don't think the Coca-Cola has helped that gin in any way, shape or form. No, and the tonic we had was lightly refreshing, wasn't it? So actually added very little in the way of taste, just just kind of plumed, brought the honey out of it. Yeah. Whereas this is masking it for me. Yeah. So, personally, I wouldn't Excuse me, that's the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink that like that.
No.
But the tonic and that gin I was really enjoying.
Yeah, no, I agree. As I say, I think I would. I enjoyed it neat. I enjoyed it with tonic. I enjoy it like this, but I think I just put something a little bit that's not craft in it, just a standard spirit.
Yeah, as you said, all the hard work that's gone into that, and the tasting and the efforts to make that gin have those subtleties and those nice little subtleties as well, you know, which we tasted and with neat and with the tonic, to then just for me blank it over with some Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
it's not for me.
No. Well, you know, we've tried it, and I think this does though emphasise, you know, because Tony Garrett said they've had a lot of people saying they do like it with Coke, and just because we don't appreciate it as much, you know, it is your own taste. Our opinion is no, and I would definitely rather have it neat or with tonic than Coke. If someone gave me a glass of this, like now, I'm not going to argue or complain.
Don't get us wrong, we're not going to turn it down as such, but preference, yeah.
Preference. Well, fantastic. I mean, I really, really thank you very much, because Gary and Tony actually watch our Gin Fun video, so we're very honoured, humbled at you watching our little channel there. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Thank you so much for sending this to us. Please, you know, we'd really love to taste your other two. So welcome those coming along. And I you know, I don't know if you're going to be producing any more, any different spirits, but you know, it'd be a rum do if you don't.
What can you say, Jenny? What can you say? I will personally say thank you very much, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure trying, and it was delicious. I'm sorry about John, but the word on the street is you are going to be producing a rum. This is
well, allegedly could be potentially.
Okay,
allegedly.
It'll be very interesting that as well. But until then, gents, thank you very, very much.
Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one. Gin.
Gin.